As we have warned, as we have told this audience, it doesn't appear they're done with Trump yet. At least new rumors, now substantiated, swirling coming out of Tucson, Arizona. The rally about a week ago, people reporting chemical burns, eyes burning, hospitals reporting this. I'm going to cover that story on top of what just happened in New York, what is being alleged to have happened in New York. If you haven't heard any of this, it goes far beyond Thomas Matthew Crooks' first attempt. Ryan Wesley, second attempt. Man, Trump's just becoming, it appears, a bigger and bigger and bigger target, and there's reasons for that I'll share with you at the end of this story. These two side by side were just the beginning of this saga, which now is taking on a whole different form. To this rally, again, just happened about a week ago in Tucson, Arizona. Not the right side of the stage, no issues there. Just the left, and not one or two individuals, multiple individuals on this side of the stage that Trump just so happened to walk by as he entered. Keep that in mind. Resulting in what you see here on your screen. And no, this isn't some second source we found it from either. We're going to show you all the footage, what's going on, what the news coverage footage has said about this, more specifically, and then go to what just happened in New York and what doesn't quite make sense. But it's funny, this all just so happens to coincide with Iran trying to provide the Biden-Harris campaign at the time with sensitive information on Donald J. Trump, and they wonder why all of us are so suspicious right now. This is just the beginning of this story. Stay tuned for just 1 minute. Working hard over here to make sure we're giving you all the updates, and there is no shortage of updates recently. If you like what I'm doing here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel before you move even another step forward. If you really believe in what I'm doing here, you want me to continue to bring it to you, please support me over at restrictedrepublic.com, our channel, our news channel, Lisa Havens and mine, created just for you. No commercials, at restrictedrepublic.com. No interruptions, no sponsors, beholden to no one but our audience. That is why it is only audience-funded news. Right now, use discount code Independence in monthly checkout. That will get you $4 a month for 2 years plus 14 days for free. I really need you there. It's my way to assure I can continue not only to ask you for donations to help support this channel, to keep the news coming, but rather I want to provide you more news. And that's why we created the platform the way we did. Discount code Independence, monthly checkout, $4 a month for 2 years. Cancel anytime, 14 days for free. I need you there right now. Not tomorrow. Don't go on with the video until you get over there. RestrictedRepublic.com. I can't tell you how much it means to me, but now let's get on with this story. So we ended it right here. Eyes burning. Over 4 to 5 days until her eyes started to recover. Temporary blindness happened. On top of this story, we're gonna transition into information surrounding the New York rally, but we got to back up a bit. We have the two first attempted assassinations. Now, did you see this commercial, by the way?
The action is to appeal to world leaders.
Wait now. Didn't we have another video very similar to this that surfaced just prior about Thomas Matthew Crooks? I know we did. It's this video that's discussed here. Of course, fact or fiction. Some saying those were both BlackRock ads. Of course, the fact checkers got a hold of that immediately. Here's what they had to say.
It is true that July shooter Thomas Crooks did appear in a BlackRock ad in 2022. But as explained by the website Snopes, Sunday's accused shooter Ryan Routh did not. The video that claims to show Routh in a BlackRock ad is actually a video made in Ukraine to thank people who had supported the city of Mariupol in the early days of the war.
There you have it. If Snopes says it, it must be true. Man, there is just way too many twists and turns happening right now. I don't believe in coincidence, never have, never will, and it will lead into this story further. How is only the left side of this audience in Tucson affected by what happened, not the right? Just so happens that's the way that Trump walked in also, from the left of the stage to the center podium. Trump supporters who sat on stage during Arizona rally suffer mysterious eye injuries. It's unbearable, they state. You can go down into the details. There's many details. The Trump campaign now collecting information on what occurred. So would I. There was a lot of contention as these folks walked in, by the way. They were not welcome in Tucson, very left-leaning city. Know it well. But here's some further reports on what occurred.
Former President Donald Trump that were allowed to sit behind his stage at his Tucson rally last week tell the News 4 Tucson investigators they left with mysterious injuries to their eyes.
Yeah, well, Monica, this is where thousands of people came out to hear former President Donald Trump speak last week. There was a group of 48 people allowed to sit on stage behind Trump throughout the event. They were
And look behind him. You see the Linda Ronstadt Music Hall. She happened to make a statement along with many others about Trump. How dare he use my music hall? Unacceptable. And it's these sound bites that are causing so much political tension right now, but they don't want to stop. And there's reasons.
Split into two groups on each side of the stage. One side seemed to walk away without any issues, but multiple people seated near each other on the other side tell me that they had to go to the emergency room after they left the event. Here tonight, for the first time, the Trump campaign is confirming that they're investigating this situation.
So we'll take this situation a little bit further. We'll continue to go through more details. The rally again, left side affected, right side not affected. Trump walked in this way. I call that suspicious because I don't believe in coincidence, just who I am. In this job, you have to be, resulting in these eye injuries. Going in further, Arizona Globe, September 19th, 2024, published just yesterday, Tucson Trump rally sparks backlash and mysterious illnesses. Read along with me for a moment. Before the rally, the Pima County supervisor sparked backlash by posting a profane sign on social media, F you MAGA, no more orange, in Spanish. Welcome to Tucson, she states. She goes down further. I acknowledge wrongdoing when Trump I will acknowledge wrongdoing when Trump apologizes for the racist, misogynistic, sexist, inflammatory comments he made about women, people of color, LGBTQ. See? They'll never withdraw. That wasn't the only one, of course. Linda Ronstadt coming out right in here. Also stating, whose name adorns the venue, also disapproved, taking to social media. Ronstadt criticized Trump for holding the event in a building associated with her legacy, stating her deep opposition to his policies. Going further down, the pastor who opened the rally and his wife, Francesca Moreno, were among those affected. Said that he experienced mild discomfort. His wife's symptoms were far worse. On their drive home, Miss Moreno's nose began to run. Her vision blurred. Her face swelled up. They went to Walgreens, found another victim of the same alleged attack at the rally. So they left, experienced eyes burning, severe headaches. By the time she got to the emergency room, Myra Rodriguez now, she could no longer open her eyes. They performed a dye test. The doctor informed her that she suffered from a chemical burn. Did this happen on their way in? Was this something that occurred because the people didn't want them there so badly? One attendee used milk to ease the burning before heading to the hospital, while another reported his face turning red and peeling. They stated the emergency room staff told them they were not alone. Multiple patients from the rally had come in with the same complaints. Now I ask you this, have you even heard about this story? A lot of people haven't. Pushing it aside. They like to take the stories they could attempt to diffuse quickly, like this one. Trump tells rowdy Long Island rally he'll save New York. He did. Here's a soundbite.
Your vote, we are going to rescue our country. We are going to rescue our Democrat-run states. We are going to start by saving the great state of New York. Is that
okay? Probably the most accurate thing we're going to hear so far, because a suspicious occurrence happened outside this rally. What was this, fourth event now? outside that New York rally, what we know. Sources in Nassau County. This was the original story, so for all the fact checkers out there, I'll tell you what the Nassau police say. But first, we're going to read this. Sources in Nassau County Police Department just told me the perimeter was breached and a blue barrel was removed from the area surrounding tonight's Trump rally. Sources said during K9, doing their checks, they found an explosive device in one of the vehicles, and that driver ended up running into the woods. No one saw if he had anything on him. They just saw him take off running. A lot of cars are now parking. They're lining up on Hempstead Turnpike, just parking on the grass. Even over at Eisenhower Park, they're just parking over there. Of course, the readers add context. Right down below, what did the Nassau Police Department say? We did respond to a suspicious occurrence in the vicinity of the Nassau Coliseum. However, there was no validity of any explosive being found. We're unsure where this information originated, but we can confirm that no explosives were discovered. However, did you give the entire story? I'm telling you they didn't. At least it's being reported right now. Here was their tweet, again clarifying. Reports that an explosive device was found at the Nassau Coliseum are false. Pretty cut and dry, right? Susan Crabtree, doing the excellent job she always does, digs out this police report from September 18th, just yesterday. The Public Information Office reports a suspicious incident, not easy for me to say today, suspicious incident that occurred in Uniondale. Reports of explosives being found at the site are unfounded. There is a person who is being questioned who may have been training a bomb detection dog near the site. The individual with the bomb dog falsely reported explosives being found, and that individual is currently being detained by police. So at the rally, just so happens a Trump rally, just so happens an individual decides to train a bomb-sniffing dog who allegedly alerts the trainer that there's a bomb, according to this report. But later on, of course, there's nothing there. And they wonder why people just don't accept fact as fact anymore. Truth is truth, lies is lies. Nobody knows anymore. Cops say suspect with self-trained bomb-detecting dog sparked false reports of explosives found in car near Trump rally surrounded by huge security. DailyMail.com. So an unknown man training a bomb detection dog near Trump's rally. Does this, I love how DC Drano put that. Does it make sense to you? It makes zero sense to me. But don't worry, ABC News said false reports. It's not about the falsity. They take one element, they pull it out, and they call it false, making the whole story false. And there's ain't gonna happen here. No way in heck. There is so much more to that story that will continue to trickle out. They wonder why we're so suspicious. They wonder why when Thomas Matthew Crooks can get right on top of a roof. And even our senators are still questioning this, by the way. This to Ronald Rowe just 2 days ago from Grassley. Make sure I got it's Charles Grassley. About the roof and a counter sniper and securing the complex building, the AGR complex building. We will take care of it. Secret Service said that. Not once, but twice. But they never did. And they wonder why we ask so many questions. Has anything changed? We found out. Next incident, nothing changed. The man sat in the bushes at the second incident for 12 hours. Nothing changed. But why is there so much focus on this right now? Because Trump's position is getting better. Kamala's position is getting worse. And when things like happened yesterday, not the incident in New York, no, the Teamsters pulling their endorsement. They will endorse no one for president. Go ahead, think back. How many years has the Teamsters not backed a Democrat? Put it in the comments below. Can't wait to see the answers. You'll be shocked when you research it a little bit. It's unfounded. Trump campaign happy about this. Teamster members are loud and clear with Trump's support. They are, because the statistics show it. How many support via this phone poll from September 9th to September 15th? Donald J. Trump, 58% over Kamala, 31%. This will only put Trump in further danger. They are not going to accept Trump as president. They can't mentally accept it. Just listen to the sound bites we've played from politicians, from mainstream media. They mentally cannot put their hands around it. July 24th through September 15th, electronic poll, 59.6% Trump. This is why the Teamsters could not put their endorsement behind Kamala Harris, because their membership, their union members, wouldn't have agreed with them. And all this coincides with Iranian hackers tried but failed to interest Biden's campaign in stolen Trump info. The Biden-Harris campaign say we didn't want it. It's not the point. If you wanted it or if you didn't want it, how is all this information getting out? How does the second assassination attempt, the second assassin, know when Trump's going to be on the golf course when it was not a pre-planned event? How did they have access to Trump's information, campaign information, so easily to offer it to Biden-Harris? Are any of these stories make sense? How does Thomas Matthew Crooks just walk right up on the roof, plot himself down, when we know there was another assassination attempt being planned by Iran? You start to figure out where the devil in the details is here. And now we have this mysterious illness hit the Tucson Trump rally. Chemical burns, burning skin, peeling skin, loss of vision, burning eyes. It's got me concerned. But you question the White House, and they get upset. Here's the response from the White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Listen in here, and then you might start to understand what rhetoric needs to change for this political violence to end.
Travel for the president. So just leave it there. Okay.
Thank you, Karine. It's been only 2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question, the question that you're asking. It is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it.
Whenever you ask them a question, they will redirect it as if you're the danger. They're redirecting as if Trump is the danger to himself. Trump's causing these issues on himself. This is their new modus operandi. We need to be prepared, folks. As Trump's path to victory becomes clear, his threat level will continue to accelerate. And his path to victory is becoming clear. There's nothing, it appears, they can do to stop this right now. Well, if these assassins had their way, there would have been a way. And we must be extremely cautious. Why is President Biden not out there right now writing whatever executive order he wants to write, that the protection of Donald J. Trump is first and foremost? Put him at full presidential level detail of security. But that hasn't happened. Hire private security. Do something to secure this man, because the more it becomes apparent to this crazy group of people out there that he will be the next president, do you think all this is going to end? Heck, most of it's not even being reported to you, but that's why you're here. I love you all. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Look forward, again, to providing you so much more information. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.